from Marene.
This is Ozzy from Marene.
This is Marene from Marene.
You can follow us at Marene_live.
And please subscribe to Papa G's house for the most epic videos ever.
Yeah, that's where we're going. Back in your lives, in your ears, and in your face. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Papa G's house. As usual, before we start, we love you guys tuning in. We love everybody listening to the podcast on Spotify and Apple Music and all that kind of stuff. If you want to give us a rating, give us a rating. If you want to follow us on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button. If you want the notifications, hit it on that bell. But we got a fun one today. It's going to be a super cool episode. But as usual, my co-host, Arthur Carlos Pereira III.
Diego, bitch.
Oh, shit. I keep on forgetting. You know, you really got to get
you
that straight.
came up with the name. How can you forget?
You know, I don't know. But also,
shit.
News to everybody. If you want to follow us on Instagram, don't worry about all the other bullshit. It's Gareth PGH and Arthur Carlos Diego Pereira III, all written out. But without further ado, let's introduce our guests. We got some fun guests in studio, some very cool new guests in studio. The first time we've had these guys in studio, we first talked to them in February, 9 months ago, when they were releasing their Something's Out There album. And we got Tyler, Marene, and Ozzy from the band Marene. What's up, guys? Thanks so much for joining the show.
Hello, how are you?
Excellent. How are you?
I'm very good, no complaints.
Excellent.
Well,
man.
not yet. You know, there's still time for complaining, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well,
that's definitely coming.
yeah. Stick around for outrageous on that note. But usually what we do in the show, what we like to do is we include our guests in kind of like our weekend wrap-up. You know, we spoke off air about this is not going to be, you know, all about the album and all that kind of stuff. We want to get to know you guys. You know, we don't want to ask those same old questions we've asked before. And we obviously covered that all in our previous episode that we did through Zoom. But it's so much better having you guys in person, man. All the way from like, geez, took you guys forever to get you, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Around about 45 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. So before we wrap up our weekends, anything special that happened on your weekend? We'll start with you, Tyler.
Let's see. What was the most special thing that happened on this weekend? I actually got a weekend off for the first time in about 8 months.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It felt great.
It did, actually. I got to sleep in till 8 o'clock.
Till 8 o'clock. What did you do after that?
It was great, actually. I play a little bit. It was a little bit later than that. But it was great having some time off because the past 8 months have been pretty crazy. Obviously, producing an EP for the band that you're in and run is like ridiculous because you need it to be perfect. And so you wake up every morning at like 6 a.m. to make sure that it's perfect, you know? On top of a full-time job, so.
Okay, so is that something, like we will get into all of that later, but
yeah.
you allow time in the morning, not in the evening, because a lot of people will come home from work and then try to work on it. You use your fresh brain to do it.
I wake up in the morning, I put on my phone.
And I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real. But carry on.
I wake up in the morning and I open WhatsApp to a group chat that only has me in it.
Okay.
And that's where I send all my mixes. And then I listen to the mix in mono through my cell phone speaker. And then I start singing random things over it to see if there's any extra backing vocals we can put in, extra guitar parts, and so on and so forth. When you listen to sort of like our EP, you really get a sense of just how dense it is with extra guitar melodies and extra vocal melodies. And that normally comes out right in the morning when I listen to those first mixes.
Okay.
So every morning I wake up and, you know, get the music brain going. And then there's plenty of time in traffic a little later on to keep on singing it. So I'm pretty tired of these songs.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing. I mean, we were playing the songs when you guys arrived, and I almost said it, but I said to myself, geez, you know, if I had arrived somewhere and someone was playing my music, I always kind of like shy away, and you know, I don't know. It's a weird thing. Have you ever had that?
I've only had that when walking into a bar and then they were playing something that I recorded.
Ooh. Well, I mean,
it only happened once though. It's not like all the time. So don't come to me asking for autographs or any of that shit. It's not like that.
Okay, quick side note before we talk to Marene about her weekend.
Yeah,
dude. Funny story is I heard our song. Our song was the last song
I played Sims for the first time in my life.
Sims, as in the game Sims?
Yes, it's
Okay.
the game Sims. So that was quite exciting. I feel like I've missed out my entire existence.
Okay.
So
Now, are we dealing with just like Sims 4, or have you already started Sims 4, right?
yes, I've started Sims 4.
And you haven't started diving to those expansion packs yet?
No, I like barely started making my little guy. Went down to go get some food downstairs. All right, came back and then he changed it into a little elf-looking dude.
Okay.
So you
listen, you get your own characters, bro.
Exactly, get your own characters. But here we said,
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, that game is addictive, dude. I mean, I've never played it, but my ex-girlfriend she's got all the expansion packs, everything, and she spent hours and hours just building her own little communities and stuff. Like, people get like crazy about that stuff.
I've never been into like that kind of game. Sims never interested me.
What was it? Another one was like Command and Conquer Red Alert.
Let's not get into Command and Conquer. That's my thing.
don't
Is
want
that your
to.
jam?
Okay, but
Red Alert 2
listen,
is
we
the
can
best.
talk about whatever the hell we want.
You know what? Okay, which Command and Conquers have you played?
Well, I only played Red Alert.
The first one for like
Yeah,
96.
yeah, and then I went console and started playing PlayStation and stuff.
The second one was the best. Came out in like 2000.
What was it called?
Red Alert 2.
That's
So
an
was that better
inventive
than
name.
Red Alert?
The first one, yeah, no,
Because
so
Red Alert
much
was
better.
sick. Hey?
Yeah, acknowledged.
But there's acknowledged. What was the other one? There was a couple of them. Like I'm on my way or something. En route. But yeah. But then there's also games like Dota and Dota
There we
2,
go.
That's
stuff
Aussie.
like that. But before we get into all of that,
Yeah.
Ozzy, we haven't asked you what your weekend's like, dude.
I had a fantastic weekend.
Speak to me, brother. Let's
I
talk
went on
about
a very cool date. Then I went out to party, not with the same person.
It's cool. Yeah, I mean, listen, you got to sit. If it's a date, you kind of you got to play things slowly.
Yeah. You know. And then afterwards, it's time for the boys. We watched the rugby, and that was that.
We won't talk about the rugby.
We moved past it.
We
you
will
know.
later.
We moved past that, and just to echo Tyler's sentiments about getting to sleep in late. We work very hard. We used to rehearse on the weekends as well. Sometimes like 6 hours on a Saturday, and then again on a Sunday. So now that we are, we're sort of, I don't want to say taking a break, but turning things down so we can focus on ourselves a bit more. Having those weekends back are just great.
Yeah, for sure. Tell me about your Dota experiences then, now that we've got your weekend
Dude,
out of the way.
I used to play Dota when there wasn't even a South African server. I remember
Really?
playing on like 300 ping plus and then having to click and then waiting like, okay, you click, then your character moves.
Yeah, geez,
You know?
I mean, that also took the world by storm. I mean,
And
like
you still played?
like
the hell?
$15 million prizes and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Like I remember when when teams like Newbie won, I was like, how is this possible? You
Yeah,
know,
dude.
and you can be a part of that. Just like the community is just so great.
Yeah, I mean, Charles,
Yeah.
obsessed.
Yeah,
What you doing, Dota? Who you playing with? Graham Pitter.
I played League of Legends for a while. Only like dipped my toe in, but he's got a whole YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
Dedicated to
Oh,
his
come
League
on.
of Legends stuff.
Yeah.
What's the handle? Let's promote that bad boy.
It's
You
just
still playing?
my name and surname. That's it.
Ozzy Pariachi.
Ozzy Pariachi.
Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go. I like
So,
my research. No, I'm joking. We have met before. But I mean, listen, games can get immersive. I mean, I'm more of a sports game guy. I'm more of I like a little bit of, Call of Duty.
Has anyone here played StarCraft?
No.
Sorry.
I've never heard of it even.
No.
No. What is
No,
it?
I've heard of StarCraft. I just never played it.
It's like Command and Conquer, but more complicated.
It's
Okay.
basically
It's
Command
like
and Conquer.
300D chess.
Wow.
Really, it's
That sounds-
complicated.
Yeah, okay. I mean, because a lot of these games get so involved and there's
Yeah.
so much to
There's
it. And
so
your
much-
wizard needs this fucking sword to do this, and I don't know.
Micromanaging is the worst.
There's a lot of resources.
Yeah, and then you also can buy shit from other people as well.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah, that's where I draw the line.
like the one thing that irritates me, like for instance, I like playing NBA, but these virtual currency VC. It's just the most annoying thing ever, because then you need this amount of VC to get this and all that, and it's like, why didn't you just let me play the game, bro?
I think it's really cool because it opens up a whole world of like content creation for like, artists. Like Dota has that, where you can make your own custom skins and sell them on the open market.
Yeah,
and you can make money like that.
Yeah, that's customization stuff. But when you have to like buy things to actually progress in the game, that's
that's just exploitation.
Micro payments is like
exploitation.
When you get up to the 5th level, it's like cool. Then the 6th level, it takes you like 8 hours to finish.
Yeah.
Then you're on like the 9th level, and you can't finish it unless you get all this extra shit.
Yeah.
They did that in one of the Assassin's Creed games, where you actually buy the game, and then like you get to like level 20 or something, and then they just like do these tasks that are so stupid, and they're like, if you want to skip them, $50, buddy.
Yeah,
And people are like, oh shit, I don't want to do this anymore. It's taking me hours, $50.
Yeah.
Now you just paid for the game twice. And that's how they get you. So
it's also like the expansion packs with Sims. It's like do you want a Christmas theme, or you want a Halloween vibe? Or?
Dude,
Not
that's
that
how
I'm
I got
investing.
Xbox.
my favorite thing is Sims 3 had like a pool. Like you can make your pools and stuff. And Sims 4 were like, oh no, we got rid of the pool. And like 2 months later, they're like, oh, we brought it back, but you're going to pay like,
Yeah. I mean,
and it's so stupid. It's the way games were made in the 90s. They gave you everything, and they're like, oh damn, they want more. Let's give them more. Here's an expansion pack. Now it's like, okay, like we're going to release like 25% of the game, and then we'll release the rest in expansion packs.
Yeah. Like what's that? What is Josh? Josh is like a game and he sends me little video clips. My friend Josh Grady, he played for a band called With Dawn, and then he went off to the UK to work and live with his family. But what do they call them? DLCs. Downloadable content. And it's like expansion packs, but you got to kind of pay for them. Like Borderlands, for instance. I love Borderlands, and you have to get all these different stories.
That's how I got
attached.
into Xbox, because I was on the cusp of buying a console and I couldn't choose. But then Forza Horizon had a Hot Wheels expansion pack, and it's like, that's it, I'm sold. So I got Forza Horizon 3 just to get the expansion, so I could race Hot Wheels cars and like with real cars.
Oh, Hot Wheels is out. We need to buy that. But what were you saying?
I was gonna say to carry on the theme of your DLCs. I don't know if you know the game Destiny.
Yes.
Destiny 2.
Mm-hmm.
So Destiny 2 went free to play. But only the first 3 base stories are free, and then after that, like you're basically locked out of everything.
Yeah,
because you have to like buy the expansion packs, and the expansion packs are as much as a normal game.
Yeah,
so it's ridiculous.
So tell me about the Forza. So you bought this to get that? How does that work?
Pretty much, because like I'm a huge Hot Wheels nut.
Yes,
but it was like it's an open world racing game.
Mm-hmm.
And you could collect all these cars and do all these tasks and stuff. But then this expansion pack took you to another location, and you had like all these Hot Wheels cars to scale, and then you could race those around. So I pretty much got it just to race Hot Wheels cars.
I don't know if you feel the same as me, but like I feel like 20 years ago you could play the same game like 30 or 40 times over and not get bored with it.
Yeah.
Whereas now you play it through once, you're like, damn, I'm so tired of this.
Mortal Kombat 3 on Sega.
Well, dude, like Forza Horizon 3 is great. Forza Horizon 4 sucked because they took away a lot of like the solo missions, and then they added multiplayer.
Yeah.
And if you're not into multiplayer, you finish the game like in 4 days.
Yeah.
And then now there's Forza Horizon 5 is coming out. They're pretty much doing the same thing. So what I did is I went onto Xbox Marketplace and I went to go buy Duke Nukem 3D, and I've been playing that again.
Oh wow, that's awesome!
Nice.
Like I mean, I've finished Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, Borderlands 3.
Pre-sequel?
I'm still doing the pre-sequel.
It's good.
Yeah, the Australian version.
It's good.
Yeah, it's taken us forever because I only play it online with a mate. I don't do it alone. It's so much fun with a friend.
Yeah, of course.
But let's carry on the gaming talk afterwards. I haven't asked you because you had a killer weekend. Let's quickly cover that before we have a little bit of break and come back.
Well, my weekend was fair ups and downs, mostly downs, a few ups.
Hey, listen, your house is looking power.
That's what
put
the
up
downs.
a shot right now. There we go.
A few downs though. the back door going to my backyard is falling apart. Like the one side is popping open, so I have to get someone to come and glue it back into place because I don't want to replace it because it's got a huge glass panel, so that's a bit of a ball ache.
First world
The
problems.
floorboards in the one step is starting to break and crack, so I'm going to have to get that ripped out and put a rebar underneath the support and put it back in again. Is this shit like this happening all the time?
But you knew all this stuff was going to happen when you bought a new house.
No, I didn't.
Yes, I mean, I could have told you that.
Yeah, but like shit. I mean, the door needed a bit sanding and varnishing, but now the door's falling apart. So I'm like, oh fuck.
Okay, all right.
You know, there's that. There's some stuff that we had guys coming in to quote for sanding and varnishing the window frames outside, and I have to do the inside because it's looking very dry. So I need to sort that out now. So Saturday I was going out buying supplies and stuff, and then I checked my account. I was like, ah shit. I'm like almost finished with my overdraft. I better hold on.
Fuck, being a homeowner sucks, dude.
Yeah, it sucks anus.
Yeah.
But then I had a deadbeat practice because we're playing a toy run at Killarney Racetrack on Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah, so that I'm looking forward to that. So that was the upside.
When are we going to get the deadbeats on the show?
Whenever.
Let's do it. Okay, well, you can book them because
Sweet.
you know them.
Cool.
You're in the band.
Dave, I'll chat to you later.
We'll talk about our little excursion on last Wednesday as well.
Yeah.
But
And you?
what?
What
Me?
about your weekend?
Me?
Yes, yours.
Really?
Yes.
Oh shit!
I'm asking
Is
you
it
now.
my turn?
No, but you can go. It's fine.
Fuck. I had a bit of a wild one. You know, guys, I was super anal during the midst of the pandemic. You know, when things were really, and I was we were still trying to keep the show going and all that, doing it via Zoom, doing it live. But geez, this weekend I was like, I'm over it. I'm going out. I'm going to do my thing. Try and be as safe as possible, obviously. I mean, we had this conversation last, but we ramped it up a little bit this week, eh? So we went to like a bra on the Friday. Then we were just chilling, and they were like, oh, no, let's go to this bar. Everybody's local watering hole in the area. I'm not going to mention any names or anything like that. So we go in there, we're jolling, and then I realize, shit, I can't find my bank card. Mm-hmm. So I've lost my bank card. So I must have lost it during the day.
Did Marene take it?
Come on now. No, man.
Yes. No.
That is a different story.
I'm saving that. Marene.
That
You have something to answer for. So we're gonna.
I know what's
Yes,
going
yeah.
on.
Like, we're gonna hear about that for damn sure. But so I lost my card. So I don't know where my card was. So I said to my buddy, I said, listen, can sort me out, because we're going off to this bar, and I'm like patting. And it was also the first time in ages. I've got like a little, I don't carry a wallet. I just carry like a card thing with like, just, if you have like a loose note, which I never do, it's just basically a card holder. And it was the first time I separated the two in forever. And I realized that's just a stupid idea now. So we go to this bar. We first thing he does, he orders like 10 Jaeger bombs. We're from a braai. We're having a little bit of a party. Boom. 10 Jaeger bombs down. She takes away the glasses, brings 10 fresh new glasses, 10 new Jaeger, and that happened about 3 or 4 times throughout the evening.
No.
And also, all regulations adhere to. But then all of a sudden we're on a bit of a buzz, and we're in this bar, and it's been newly renovated. We're having the best time. And then these monster dudes walk in. Like, the dude was 6'6", must have been about 120 kilos.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And his mate was about 5'6", 120 kilos. But he was big. And then these oaks just wanted to arm wrestle everybody. But they were fun guys. They weren't like, you know that, oh, Jock, I want to arm wrestle you, and you're not gonna arm wrestle, I'm gonna fuck you up, and if I lose or you lose, it's nothing. It was nothing like that. This oak just wanted to throw his weight around for some reason, but he was a super nice guy at the same time, which I found.
Oh, Brie, my
hugely
dad
strange.
will beat up your dad, Brie.
Yeah. So I turned this guy down 1 million times. My friends turned him down 1 million times. So eventually I just give in and I say, okay. So he walks right to the back of the bar, past the bartenders, everything at the back of the bar. And he goes, boom, and he puts his arm down. But his arm's like twice the length of mine.
So you're like,
First one was quite upsetting, and we lost our grip.
mm-hmm.
Second, the real one, I beat him. I kicked his ass.
Nice.
I beat him, but I can't move my right arm for the last 3 days.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I'm getting old. But on that note, that's my week. I mean, because we'll talk about the rugby and all that kind of stuff. I did attend a farewell of friends of mine that are moving overseas. That was fun.
Yeah.
Watched the Formula One, which we will discuss a little bit
Also
later.
was at Bobby's birthday vibe
really?
on Friday
Sick.
night. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's cover that quickly before we get to the next segment. How was it?
It was cool. I mean, it was like at his place. Robin just made fajitas. Yeah, it was pretty much. It was myself and Kevin and Jonathan and Margot and then Megs and myself really, and Robin and Bobby. And it was cool. It was a nice little chill out. It was rad.
Thanks for the invite, Bobby and Robin. I appreciate it. I'll chat to you
Yeah, I got
soon.
words.
This is how we do things around here. Oh shit.
All right, so we've got Marene in the house. It's very cool. We got 3 members of Marene.
Yeah.
But before when we got here, when you guys arrived, you presented me with something quite spectacular, and it fits in very well with our show because I don't know if you guys know we do a beer of the week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I didn't
what
know.
we do is we take turns and we buy a beer of the week. We do obviously when we got people like you guys in studio, we'll skip that because we want to spend more time talking to you guys. So this fits in very well to the show, where we're gonna try some. What is it called, Art?
Dead Man's Fingers.
Dead Man-
Spiced Spirit Aperitif. And it's apparently a rum of some sorts.
Okay. So now you guys work with these guys.
That's correct, yeah. We did an amazing, massive show with them for Halloween at the Daisy Jones
Okay.
in Stellenbosch. And they sponsored 3,000 rands worth of rum for the night for prizes. And we got a whole bunch of tattoo vouchers and a whole bunch of other amazing prizes together for the night for the best dressed competition. And we contacted Dead Man's Fingers and we were like, listen, we love your brand. It looks cool, first of all, and tastes amazingly. And, we'd love to sort of work with you because I think that our brands would work well together. And the guy that handles it was like, we love your band. Let's see what we can do. And then we started working together. So that's just a little bit of a gift from us to you.
Thank you so much. And it's
you
got
guys.
it's Cornish soul that is on the, and I love the fact that this is what we do with the cans and the bottles and all that
Okay,
kind of
yeah,
stuff that we
sure.
get. So it looks really cool. I love the black and gold kind of style. I love the obviously skulls rock metal. Let's go. It's great. 37.5% alcohol. It's a really hefty bottle. I mean, the production of this bottle must take a bit out of the budget, if you know what I'm saying.
Also the label, because that's gold foil.
And look, it's embossed like DMF,
Yeah.
Dead Man's Fingers.
So that's just one of the flavors. There's actually multiple others. There's coconut, pineapple, banana,
I'd be interested in
bubblegum,
trying the
there's
coconut
cherry.
and banana.
There's so many different flavors. It's ridiculous.
That's amazing. And it says Cornish soul. And behind it says, we do things differently here. Dead Man's Fingers is a blend of rum and spices originally created from rum and crab shack in St. Ives or Eves, St. Ives.
St. Ives.
St. Ives, Cornwall,
St.
England.
Ives. It's Monty Python reference.
Shout
out Monty
okay.
Python.
Inspired by flavors such as saffron
St.
cake,
Ives.
spiced fruit, and Shack's own Pedro Jimenez ice cream. I don't know. That's a hell of a word, that. Enjoy it mixed or neat or either way. This is not your usual. This is Cornish soul. Amazing.
It's got an interesting nose.
It's not beer of the week, but we're not gonna put it on the Mike Cubic scale.
No.
Woo! That is nice. I mean, you can mix that with pretty much anything.
Yeah, no,
It tastes great with Coke.
Yeah, Coke Light.
I gave
It's got legs.
one of my friends a little bit of the raspberry ready to drink one, and they said to me, "Wow, that's really nice cool drink." And I was like, "It ain't cool drink."
It's alcohol, buddy.
That sounds dangerous.
So now, were these guys a part of your EP launch?
So we did the Halloween show was our EP launch as well. So it's always nice to add a theme to something because it allows people to interact more. And also, when people are dressed up and they're not necessarily themselves, they get into a little bit more than what they would when they're just themselves,
That's true. I didn't actually think about it that way. If you dress up on Halloween, you act a little bit outside yourself. Eh?
Yeah.
It's true. I never actually thought of it that way.
Yeah,
That's
no,
pretty
because
cool.
no one can judge you. They're just judging Beetlejuice.
Yeah, exactly. Or Dracula.
Unlike us, when I'm the only one that dressed up for the show,
Yeah, it's Freddy Krueger. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
But that kind of worked.
it was hilarious.
It was fun. Very nice. Shout out Dead Man's Fingers, right?
Yeah, I'm not a rum fan,
That's nice. And it's neat.
but I like this.
Cheers, Ozzy.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah, it's
Cheers.
really neat. I really
Thank
like
you.
it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not a rum fan. I'm not a huge spirits. I'm like a bourbon guy, but I like this.
I like it as well. It's very refreshing.
I'm
it's a
very
palate
interested
cleanser.
to see what the coconut and the banana one is like.
Oh yeah, no, they also got a pineapple one now as well. So it's
Let's
ridiculous.
try that out.
Pineapple.
Pineapple would go with Sprite.
You know, the coconut is so good. I've heard the coconut is the best.
What
That
does
is
it go with
actually
lime?
sold out.
Does it go with lime? You know, you put the lime with the
Should,
coconut.
obviously.
Yeah,
Should.
there's actually on their Instagram page. There's a whole bunch of like cocktails and things that tell you how to make it.
He said
So
He does that all the time. But that's awesome. Yeah, let's check it out. So go check out the Dead Man's
Fingers
yeah.
Rum essay.
That's
I wholeheartedly approve.
Yeah, me too. It's a 9 out of 10 on the scale. Not the cubic scale. A scale.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, Afterlife, guys.
Yeah.
This is the time we talk about this. We've listened to it through. You've got 2 amazing music videos, one live performance kind of storytelling show, and then another storytelling show that is like animated.
Yeah.
And you know, the one thing, you know, it's so great that it's been 9 months since we spoke about your previous album, and now we're talking to you about your new EP 9 months later. I mean, that's good going. That's good work. I mean, and your previous album was produced by the guy from Tesseract. I think what's his name again?
It was so. It is Alec Carney.
Yes.
I'll say Alec because I don't know whether it's Aisle or Akli or
exactly.
Aklu
That's
or-
why I asked
I'm
you
like
to say it.
it's I'll call him by his birth name. Sorry, Alec.
Yeah, that's all good. From Tesseract.
Tesseract, yeah.
Yeah.
So he actually mastered this one as well. So
Okay.
he is an awesome guy to work with. He doesn't take many projects unless he actually really likes the music. So it's really nice having that sort of relationship. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. And, you know, it's just so crazy. So I mean, I guess it does make sense as well, because at the end of the day, in February, we're in the midst, like the heat of like wave 1 or wave 2 of we won't say the word because then nobody will get to hear this podcast. Because that's how YouTube works, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you talk about it, they send you down the algorithm. Did you know that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Just call it the sun flu.
so you didn't really get an opportunity to the sun flu. Yeah. So you didn't really get an opportunity to go and do a touring schedule for that album.
No, surprisingly, without the sun flu, we would never have done, that album because it really did. Look, here's the thing: when a shark is swimming, right, and it stands still,
Yeah.
it dies. All right, and so I've always had the mentality is if you want to keep alive and you want to keep moving forward, you've got to be like a shark and keep swimming because you need that water flowing through your gills to keep you alive and keep you going.
For sure. But technically, a shark can't stand. I'm just joking. And listen, we got to do some things like that every now and again. But yeah.
It can stand still.
Yeah, okay. Swim still. No, I'm joking. Carry on.
No, so basically, we decided back then, let's do something with our lives. And so we put out the previous EP. And then, of course, that was such a success. And I had a lot more confidence after that one to actually do something more. So the previous one was recorded, mixed, mastered in about 2 months. Wow. On a Lewitt microphone, and that's it.
Wow.
All right. This one, all right, was recorded over 8 months using Toll microphones here in Cape Town.
Yeah.
They're F47 for vocals and acoustic guitar, and then their G12 for guitar cabinets. And then it was mixed over a 3-month period and then mastered by Mr. Alec. God, I wish your name was easier to say. By Mr. Alec. And I think it took him like 3 days, which is ridiculous. He is so good.
For sure.
And then, I mean, look, the most difficult part was when we finished it, we sent it to mastering, and we were like, let's do 2 music videos. Because like the money was all spent and we were like, what are we going to do? But the material was so good. Sorry, being a little narcissistic. The material was so good where we were like, we got to do something with it because it's almost like her song Beyond the Night Sky felt like it was a book that was leaving the pages. And my song White Midnight, I always say we got to have something out there that shows this is Marene, this is what you can expect when you come and see us live. And we're fun, and we put on a show, and we're all about entertaining the crowd. And so my music video is more about the fun, aspect of doing what we do. And then her song is a perfect example of our EP Afterlife, which is overall a story from start to finish. So it tells a story, and if you go listen to it from start to finish, it's a little bit of a concept record in that sense.
Nice, because I remember the last time we chatted, Ozzy, I was asking you about a specific song of the previous album, and you said, "What did you get out of the lyrics?" And you put me on the spot, and I was like, I listened for the whole thing. I don't really listen to the lyrics specifically. I mean, obviously, as over time. It does tell you a story. So who's the best person to give us an overview on what that story is all about? Marene?
Well, I think to start with is that when I joined Marene, I wanted something more I wanted a story out of it because I, by nature, am a storyteller. I write novels, books. I wrote the animation for Beyond the Night Sky music video. So I was like, okay, let's tell a story. Let's not just make songs out of like thin air and have them just be songs. So we figured out after writing all the songs that they can actually fit into a storyline, of which they break apart into 3 bits. It is the first 2 songs are Tequila and White Midnight, is the party songs. They glorify, going to club, getting absolutely shit-faced. Just, ruining your life and then forgetting all about it. And then the next 2 songs are Beyond the Night Sky and The Devil Is You, where you realize, like, if I carry on with this, I'm going to, like, run away from bad problems. And I'm just becoming this monster. And I'm relying completely on having a good time. And I'm not seeing my problems. Of which The Devil Is You is kind of the turnaround point, where you realize the devil is not actually you who says that my life is unsustainable. It's me keeping my life unsustainable. And then the last 2 songs are more about fixing your life and getting into the right direction, of which No Man's Land is more about how you realize that you can actually survive without substance, like substance abuse. You have a personality behind all of that. You are not who you are when you're drunk, because everyone is like 2 different people, sober and drunk. And then Mixed Signals is more about...
Are you speaking to me?
Well, I'm not like...
Don't carry it, I'm just joking.
And then Mixed Signals is more to do with like getting rid of that. The bad people in your life.
Most importantly, I think
sure.
No Man's Land is a great song because it's actually sang by our lead guitarist, Arian.
Yeah.
He's been through a tough time in his life. Just finishing matric, by the way. That's our lead guitarist. And he's had one hell of a year. And, as much as No Man's Land falls into our EP story, it really is his story because, he's never been here before in his life. He's in No Man's Land. No one can tell him what to do, where to go, because no one can relate. He's there all alone, but the lyrics say, hey, I'll survive everything, no matter if the sky's on fire.
Sure. Marene, you were going to say something?
I was going to just reiterate, I'm alive. He's alive, so he can do this.
100%. And also just, we did talk about that in the previous episode. There's some tasty solo bits in the EP.
He is
He's a machine.
prodigy. I am telling you, for 18 years old to be playing like that, it's ridiculous.
Very tasty, but it's also, there's a lot of parts in it where you can go too far, but he doesn't, and he keeps it just right, just perfect for what is right for the song.
Yeah.
And because a lot of shredders, they'll want to shred.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then but he every note fits neatly into the package that is the song.
The great thing about it is it has melody. You can sing it. I mean, sometimes we have to rehearse without him being there, obviously, because he has his normal weekday commitments, being in school.
That's crazy.
But when we rehearse without him, it's so great. We'll look at each other and we'll all be going, singing.
Singing his parts.
Yeah, because they are singable. And even when he does shred, we all go.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
that's awesome. And now, I mean, you got those 2 videos. You've got what's that first one?
White Midnight,
and then you got
Beyond the Night Sky.
Yeah, Beyond the Night Sky. Because those look like heavy. Like there's quite a bit of production that went into it. And you said, the money's spent.
Yeah.
How much? I mean, I'm not asking you, monetary value wise, but that is a lot of time, effort, and everything. You really are putting a lot of effort into this band, and I must commend you for it, because especially in light of recent times, it is a difficult thing. I mean, I'm trying my best to, even get motivated sometimes to go to a practice. I'm lazy. It's what I'm used to doing on a Wednesday night. I'm used to chucking on my sports shows. And now I've got to pack my gear and go off to a practice. I still need to get that, that spark back.
You get 3 types of people in this world. You get the type of person that when things get tough, they stick a needle in their arm or they stick a beer down their throat. I don't know. All right. Or you get another person that when times get tough, they put a gun in their mouth. Woo. But we are the type of people that when times get tough and everything's squishing you down, that's the time you roll up your sleeves and you get to work.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. So, COVID really, really started the engine that, when times get tough, let this be a lesson. Get up off your ass, get to work, because there's so much you can do out there, so much good you can do out there, not only just for yourself, but for other people as well,
On a positive note, you guys have created your EP, and 9 months later after your previous album, it only means that you're probably just going to take this energy and take it on to the next one.
Yeah, well,
right?
that's the thing is that, so you said earlier, it's like, where do you find the money for this? And it's, when you have a great team and you say, look, this is what we got to do. We got to get, this amount of money together. I'm not talking, 3 rand. I'm talking probably about 60,000 rand together. And you got 5 members, you go, everybody's got to do 12,000 rand.
Damn.
Don't know where we're going to get it, but you got to beg, borrow, steal, hold up a bank. I don't care. That's what you got to do. So, I
Breaking news, Marene frontman Tyler Duggan in jail for theft.
I was about to say, where did you think your bank card went?
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
Let's talk about that bank card. The one thing I realized with the album, it's a little bit different to the previous one, is that I listened to the first song, it's Tyler. I listened to the second song, Everybody Loves Tequila. It's you, Ozzy, right?
Correct.
There we go. And then you get further down, there's Marene, and then Arian.
Back to
you.
Ozzy for Devil Is You.
Yeah.
And then Arian.
Okay.
And then it ends off with me.
Yeah,
That's brilliant.
There's not that many bands that do that anymore. There used to be a few which did that, but there's not many that actually have more than one voice.
Dynamics, bro.
Yeah.
It's so good to have 5 members in the band or 4 members in the band that can sing, and you can swap. It almost gives me a Fleetwood Mac kind of
I was just about to say,
you got
it's
Christine
like
McVie,
Fleetwood.
you got
Yeah.
John McVie,
Yeah.
you got Mick Fleetwood. I mean, I suppose he didn't sing much. Lindsey Buckingham, and I mean, you're talking my favorite band of all time.
What's up with that?
And they all did that. Have you ever watched The Dance?
No.
Oh my God, go watch it. 1997, The Dance,
I-
live.
I love the idea of the Beatles. And
Same vibe, yeah.
what I mean by that is personality. Everybody gets into the Beatles, everybody gets into whatever band for a reason. And that's normally you love a member in that band. For instance, I love Van Halen because I love David Lee Roth.
Right, guys, so Afterlife. the latest EP by Marene. What was the exact day that it was released?
29th of
29th.
October.
Okay, 29th of October. Awesome. Check it out on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you can find music, essentially. 2 videos up on YouTube, but also a YouTube channel that you can go check all the other stuff as well. You know what? I don't know. Do you do like vlogs and stuff as well?
You
Have you thought about that?
It's kind of hard because we are all over Cape Town.
Okay. Yes,
So,
that's true.
You know, getting together is sometimes a challenge, but we do make a point of, you know, doing it as much as we can that fits into everyone's schedule.
Nice.
Also, you know, another thing is we like to be the same people you'll see up on stage all the time. And so if you see us at rehearsal, he's wearing pants I don't even know where he got them from, you know.
Nice.
We won't talk about them. But, you know, there's so many things that when you come to rehearsal, you don't necessarily look the way you do on stage. And, you know, if we did vlogs and things like that, I think it would ruin the sort of like the idea and the identity of the members of the band, because she might not be wearing makeup, or, you know, I won't be wearing my headband.
Bro, what are you saying? No, I'm joking.
I wouldn't be wearing my headband or dressed like this.
sure.
I'll be in like
sure.
shorts and a tank top. Who knows? And
So you don't want them to see that side of you.
I think, you know, when you see us up on stage, it's larger than life. So I don't want to take anything away from that. I mean, already sort of like this is very humanizing for us to come and sit and chat to you.
Well, thank
Whereas,
you for coming.
you know, they never have to thank me. No,
Listen, we're already setting up round 3 of this podcast. I mean, you guys are great to chat
I
to.
saw
man.
what you said there. So I picked it up.
no, so, you know, my thing is we like to be larger than life. We like to be something that people can sort of, I mean, Ozzy always says, you know, we want people to live vicariously through us, and he can talk about that.
Okay.
And that's sort of the way we like to be.
I love it. I like it. Because it's not what everybody else is doing. Everybody else is, every 2 minutes is an Instagram story, or, you know, of what they're doing and in studio and stuff. It is a little refreshing change, you know, not, so you the package goes out as what it is, essentially.
Yeah, look, if you'd like, I could explain to you.
Of course.
Okay.
That's why you're here.
So a lot of people don't realize that, you know, music isn't just art, it is also a product. And you are also a business, because you are selling things, which is essentially yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to present yourself in a way that is not just appealing, but, you know, something that people want to come back for over and over again. And it's important to not just keep up that image, but, you know, give people something that they want to see over and over again. Like, for example, a Kiss show. You know, why do you go to a Kiss show? You want to see Gene spit blood, you know, cover himself in this disgusting fluid. And it's disgusting because you'll never see it anywhere else. Like you will never see things unless you go to certain places, and only certain people actually have the ability to do it, you know. And it's something we pride ourselves in, is that we can put on a performance, like a show, you know. Like when the circus comes to town, everyone goes. You know, and it's the sort of idea that we try to bring across in our performances and our music, is that we want to show our audiences that for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, you know, you don't have to be you. You can, you know, be me.
It's like that Halloween story.
Yeah.
Like how you are at Halloween. You
Well,
get to be a little
exactly.
bit outside yourself.
You know, I mean, think about this. A kid never sits and go, man, I want to be myself one day. They go, man, I want to be a fireman one day. Man, I want to be a train driver. Or maybe kids now go, man, I want to be a YouTuber. But they always want to be something else.
I wanted to be a pirate.
Oh, there you go.
I wanted to be something.
Why are you guys
better.
laughing? That's exactly what I wanted to be. I wanted to be an evil pirate.
You wanted to be an evil pirate.
Yeah.
With the one eye and everything.
I mean,
You
Hey,
can still
listen.
sort that out though if you want.
You just need to kick me in the shin and I go, arr. So, yeah. So,
Yeah,
anyway, yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying, man.
I mean,
Totally
why
get
do
what you're saying.
why do people aspire to do music in the first place? It's because they want to be like their idols.
Yeah.
And so there's nothing worse than you go, man, I want to be like my idols, and then you go and meet them and they're exactly like you, and you go,
Oh, this is lame.
this is lame. Yeah, no, don't want to be like you anymore. I want to be like
sure.
that guy. He's cooler than you. So that's kind of how it is with us. It's like we want people to come to the show and feel like they're on stage with us because
can we swear in this podcast?
Oh my God, I've sworn like 40 times.
Why the fuck would you ask
Yeah,
a question like
what
that?
the fuck are you
fuck,
talking
guys?
about?
Some people, YouTube
Jesus.
and all their like
You're
draconian
talking
rules.
to the wrong guys. Of course you can. You can do whatever you want, bro.
Thank you. So when we play a show, there's one thing that we always want people to say after the show, which is fuck.
Really, just one
like,
word.
Fuck.
Okay.
You know, like the thing is, like we get up on stage and we run around, we jump around, we do these choreographies, things like this. The point is not just for us to be tired. Like we want the audience to be tired as well.
And when you leave, you got to be as tired as we were, and we were up there raising hell, but you got to be down there in the pit, raising your own hell.
For sure. Speaking about, I have to interrupt you. Speaking about choreography, our last sip and plays back
pretty much
was
exactly the same time.
choreographed. bro.
Yeah,
Did you catch that?
I did
Fuck
catch
yeah.
that.
Yeah, dude, I completely understand. I mean, that's you want everybody to be like, fuck, after the show. And I completely understand that. That's basically the same thing, but I didn't be like, you say fuck right now. But I understand. Yeah, that's awesome. So all those videos on YouTube you got on all the streaming platforms. Now it's released. There's the Daisy Jones bar. Sorry about the slamming
big
door. The
door.
wind.
That was the Daisy Jones
Yeah,
bar.
that was the Daisy Jones bar knocking. You guys have basically 2 albums to play live now.
Yeah.
Because you
There's
didn't
even-
really have a touring cycle for the first one. Now you've got the next EP released, and now things are starting to open up. There's shows coming. When was your last show, and when is your next show?
So our last show was Halloween on the 30th October. We sold about over 150 tickets for that, which was great because that's pretty much the venue capacity.
Is this at Daisy Jones?
At the Daisy
Okay.
Jones, yeah. So
That's always a nice thing to do, is sell capacity.
I need to go see this place, man.
no, look,
Yeah, me
I
too.
say, sold out sounds great. It doesn't matter if you're playing a broom closet or not, A broom closet sold out at one person. You can still say sold out. No one's asking you how many people.
Sure, sure.
So,
Jeez, you got that marketing promo vibe down, eh? It's like, it's how they see you, and
It's called spinning.
yeah, it's called spinning.
Yeah.
our next show is on New Year's. It's going to be happening at Open Sesame in Cape Town.
Nice.
It used to be Aces and Spades. Now
Oh,
Open
wow.
Sesame.
Did they close down? Did
Yeah,
Aces?
Aces closed down, dude.
Oh shit! I
Yeah.
used to love that place. Well, I mean, really, did I? No, I didn't really actually. I was, I'm too old for that shit now.
Yeah.
The old age home is doing bingo on the same night for you, by the way.
Bingo! No. Just I'm getting out there again, so I'm happy. I'm
That's
happy
good.
about it. I'm not happy to hear that it's
Well,
closed. Though.
um,
Open Sesame is a great place.
Oh yeah,
It's
no,
awesome.
look, it's still a rock and roll venue. It's still heavily rock and roll. So, I mean, look, I think the aesthetic and stuff has changed because new owner. But overall, I think you can expect sort of similar things as you would have expected for the previous.
No,
Citizen
I
Spades.
was also taking the piss.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
I had some good times there, but I had some bad times there
They
too.
what was quite nice is they converted the Coke room into a toilet.
Well,
so
that's
that was
the bad
quite
times I'm
nice.
talking about. I didn't do any of it, but I was just surrounded by people who did, and it wasn't
Yeah,
fun
well,
time
dude,
for me.
city center. What do you expect's gonna
Yeah,
happen?
that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
But
So,
we'll be playing New Year's there, so I'm not sure what curfew will be like. So we'll probably be playing, just before New Year's and have to
Okay.
close off. But
Nice.
we'll definitely be there on the 31st of December.
Nice. So you sticking to Cape Town, eh?
It's really difficult to head out because where do you go?
Yeah. No, I mean, listen.
You go to Durban, but you're gonna play a bunch of small places on the way there, and it's one of those things is where you do a production like we do. A stage
Equipment.
a stage can't be a multi-plug in the corner. It has to be
Yeah, for
something
sure.
that allows us to be able to do what we do. I mean, look, we do have a nice setup. All we do is we drag around a rack. It runs our 211 racks. It runs the keyboard, everything through an X32 mixer, runs our own in-ears, all running through there. The only thing...
It's like gibberish.
The only thing that the venue needs to supply is a PA for the audience to hear, and that's it. You know, we got everything else sorted. So we really are like a package that just goes, you know, out there. But the biggest problem is finding the right venues to play, because you don't want to come and watch us at the wrong venues, because we can't do everything we want to do.
Yeah,
you know?
no, absolutely.
Also, the pyrotechnic show, the Aces of Space
Aces and
type
Spades,
of place.
yeah,
would be
they'll
quite
laugh at that
hilarious.
shit. Won't they do that?
That would be
They'll do
hilarious,
that.
though.
No,
I mean, I remember them, the Rockefellers doing that somewhere. and
Yeah,
had
they used
the
to do that.
things on.
They used to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, look, Aces and Spades or Open Sesame now, it is a smaller venue. All right, so it's not going to be like the Daisy Jones, which had this amazing, massive stage. But the nice thing about Open Sesame is the fact that it's central in town and it's the only venue in town. I mean, how would you like us to say, oh yeah, guess what, for New Year's we're going to be playing the Daisy Jones again, you know? And as much as it's an amazing venue, you can't keep playing the same place because you're just going to be playing to the same people all the time. You got to spread your wings. People have been asking us when you're going to come and play in Cape Town, you know, because the Daisy Jones are all the way in Stellenbosch. And so we got to answer that call and say, you know, the only venue left to play is Open Sesame. So,
For
I mean,
sure.
where's Mercury these days?
Yeah, well, check out Marene on Spotify, YouTube, and all that kind of stuff, guys. It's been super cool to have you. I mean, do we do sports? We got to do outrageous.
We can. Apparently, Aussie is into F1.
Okay, so Ozzy, let's hear your take on this weekend.
All right. I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh wait, sports update.
Yeah. Yay, sports.
Ozzy, tell us about what you thought of the Formula One this weekend.
Or in general.
In general, oh wait, let me start at the beginning. So,
Where else were you going to start?
at the end, I'm halfway through, you know. So, I didn't get a chance to watch the whole race on Saturday because I was at a braai. But
It was with a woman.
what I will say,
It's expected.
what I will say is that this year has been very interesting. You know, the Formula One teams have been, you know, scrambling to try and get the last of the last bits of this current season, because the rules are all changing next year. You know, there's been a hot competition between Vettel and, sorry, not Vettel. See, I'm still living in 2017.
Verstappen,
Yes,
Yeah.
Verstappen and Hamilton. But this last weekend was just a run of the mill. You know, when Mercedes gets in front, they stay in front. They've got brilliant strategy. They're literally unbeatable. But hopefully things will change next year.
But what do you think's going to happen? Who's going to take it?
Yeah, give us just your
I
two
think-
2 weeks prediction.
2 weeks
Because 3
prediction,
weeks.
I think Hamilton's going to take it again.
Yeah,
Honestly, you know what? Can I be honest with you? You know what? For quite a while, I thought, you know what? I'm not going to watch races because I know when Hamilton gets on pole, he stays on pole.
Yeah,
They
that's
are
true.
brilliant at what they do. Leave them. You know.
I was just going DNF.
I know, right?
DNF.
And that's the best part about the races is when they either crash or, you know, they
Yeah.
mess up the strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's too good to crash.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
too good.
Well,
still
I mean,
good.
that's why he's 7 times world champ.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, I even posted a story afterwards, and I just said, you can't. He may not be everybody's favorite driver. He's certainly not mine, but you can't help but respect his work.
Yeah, no,
And then,
definitely.
you know,
definitely.
There was a second incident. There was a second incident where they interviewed Max just after the race had finished, and they said Christian Horner had been summoned to the stewards for
Yeah.
comments he made to Spanish TV. And he goes, you know what? Racing is not that complicated.
Yeah.
It's a brake pedal, a throttle pedal,
And
and a steering wheel. There might be a show around it, but that's it.
Yeah.
How's that? How
Yeah.
mature
That-
from such a young guy. I
Yeah.
mean, he's actually your guy's age.
Yeah, he's just.
Yeah, but
To
you know
just
why?
have such a mature response about
You
it.
know why he moaned about and got called to the stewards? Because apparently the
Because he said the
marshals,
FIA was incompetent.
yeah, the marshals were not, I would say, lack of a better word, controlled enough. That the one marshal was waving a yellow flag when, you know, preemptively.
Yeah.
And he said, like, how can they have a fair race when they can't even control their marshals on when to wave the flag correctly because now it's impacted our race, and that's what he was bitching about.
Was this was at the last race?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't put it past him. It was a new track.
Yeah, but also the thing is, what he's saying is that the marshals are volunteers.
Yeah, they
are.
But then the one marshal for Bottas waved one flag, and then
for
they waved two flags after Bottas came past.
Yeah.
He didn't see it. Max didn't see it because they're naturally looking at Gasly, who's got a puncture.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, it is what it is. He got P2. Max got P2. Lewis got P1.
Can we just give a shout out to Alonso for actually
Absolutely, for coming on the podium for the first time in 7 years.
I didn't know that was legal.
I don't know. He didn't come on the podium. He was on the podium.
Typical Tyler. No, but honestly, I think it's great to see him back in the spotlight again. He really deserves it. He's a brilliant racer. He had a bit of a bad stint with McLaren for a while, but you know that was back in the era when McLaren Honda they weren't really communicating so well. So
it was nice to see him and Lewis have a little bit of a chuckle.
Yeah, no, well. I think
because they hated each other in 2007.
God,
but my question to you, Ozzy, is who do you, in your heart of hearts, want to win this championship this year?
I honestly, you know what? Hey, in Formula One, there's good guys and there's bad guys, and in my opinion, I think Max is a good guy. Because the era of Mercedes dominance needs to come to an end. It makes the sport boring to watch. And I think from next year with the budget caps, it's going to level the playing field. I know Mercedes and Ferrari put complaints or whatever to the FIA. But I think it's something that the sport needs to make it, some life. And kudos to Liberty Media for all the things that they've done, like, with the whole sprint format and things like that. And,
I'm still not sold in the sprint format.
It can be a bit...
it's weird, though.
Can be a bit stressful for the drivers, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not
because also then you crash out. Your engineers work all night to get the thing fixed.
It's too much of a gamble.
It's way too much gamble. You got to be super cautious. So the sprint race is not really even a race because everybody's trying not to wreck their cars.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's how I see it.
No.
But it's interesting. It's going to be
two more races.
Yeah, 2 more races.
I really do hope that Red Bull puts some fight back.
Yeah.
I hope that Red Bull actually changes their engine and pushes even harder than Mercedes did, because that's what's given them the edge now. But also Hamilton's got to be up his ass, so he's now on a mission, and he's
Maybe Red Bull should just do what they say and just give it wings.
Hey!
Well, that's what they should do. Yeah, that's what they should do.
Extra wings, the front and the rear wing.
That's what they should.
Well, with the Honda, they might be leaving soon.
They are leaving.
Yeah.
Red Bull's taken over the
manufacturing
of the engine.
Yeah, so hopefully they learned a lot from Honda.
That's a gamble as well.
It's a big gamble for them to become their own constructor.
That's why I say McLaren is going to be up in the next format.
Lando,
also, can I be honest? Lando really impressed me.
I love Lando. He's my favorite driver.
Not just Lando, but the guy from Williams. What is his name again?
George Russell.
He's going to Williams.
He's going to Mercedes next year. He's going to be a rocket, bro.
He's flipping good.
I still say Russell is most underrated.
Yeah, but he's raced for Mercedes twice.
Once.
Yeah. No, but he's actually a Mercedes driver.
He's a Mercedes driver.
He's managed by Toto.
Yeah.
But Toto. That's the race down in Africa. Anyway.
I was thinking of the dog from
I think it's going to be
Oz.
an insane next 3 weeks. By this week, next week Saudi Arabia. Yeah. And then it's
we'll know exactly what the picture is going to be like the next race.
Okay, we're not going to talk about the rugby this week, okay?
The
only thing we're going to
all I'm saying is, in order for England to beat us, it took the International Rugby Board banning, Russie. It took an Australian ref talking shit about us, and it took like a shit ref as well on the weekend. And that's basically how they won. It took not just the England team, but it took the entirety of rugby to beat us, because that's how they did it.
What bad calls did the ref make? I don't
Dude, there's a whole 20 minutes.
Because all I remember was just that bad tackle.
Dude, the opening sequence of Mapimpi running down the line.
That was good.
First of all, tackled off his feet, and then they slapped the ball out of his hand.
Yeah.
So that's 2 yellow card infringements in the 22.
Look, we want. All I'm saying,
outrageous.
That's why I'm saying is that in order to beat us, you need to bring the IRB on your side, the ref on your side, and
Yeah.
that's it. Then you can win, because then you know that there are 17 people on the field.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, you got the chairman of rugby, who is an ex-England player, and you've got the ref, who's just some bastard, and then you've got the entire England team, and actually, the scrum coach for the England team is Matthew Proudfoot, who was our scrum coach.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
So
so
he knows the bomb squad details, everything.
No,
but,
look.
but I always say this, even though it's like, we bitching about this, like how awesome would it be for an English fan for all this stuff? It's like, oh, they played great, everything went well, the coaches were great, the umpires are great, the ref was great, everything was amazing, it was a perfect game, because they won.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, right? Back in 2015,
By 1
Eddie
point?
Jones, no one
At
cared.
1 point.
No one cared about Eddie Jones, okay? Then Eddie Jones's Japanese team beat the Springboks, and the English.
That was in the World Cup.
Yeah, in the World Cup.
Motherfucker, can you remember
Yeah.
that?
But then England went, hey, let's get that guy,
Yeah.
And then, okay, cool, we'll buy him. And they paid him exuberant amounts of money to leave his contract with the Stormers to go there, okay? And then they're like, oh shit, the forwards pack dominated us in the 2019 World Cup. Who's their forwards coach? Matthew Proudfoot. Let's buy him.
Yeah.
And that's how they do it. It's ridiculous. Half of the Scottish team are ex-South Africans.
Yeah, no, I know.
You know,
Listen,
half of
the
the
whole
Eng-
expat thing is
So-
we could go around in circles with that.
How do you win rugby? Well, you just
It's also money.
buy South Africans. I mean, Japan versus Scotland was South Africa A versus South Africa B. That's pretty much what it was. You have Van der Merwe and you have freaking, Skuman, and it's like, oh yeah, that guy looks Japanese. Oh, that guy, Van der Merwe. Wow, that's a Scottish name.
Well, the funniest, actually, what you're referring to, the funniest part of that whole thing that you're talking about is when Johnny Sexton got his 100th cap for Ireland, and the Japanese, and it was against Japan in Japan, and the captain of Japan presented him with a samurai sword, and he says, well, we'd just like to thank you for... And he's a proper Afrikaans dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's the captain of Japan.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's a bit ridiculous.
Sorry, no offense to the...
I don't like
nothing
it,
I mean,
thank you.
thank, not thank.
It's got nothing
My
to
bad.
do with that. It's got to do with the fact that if you're playing for Japan, you should be Japanese.
Yeah.
If you're playing,
Yeah.
it gets.
Yeah,
It's just
it gets tough. I mean, there's a million we can talk about. That's like I said, we can go in circles about people playing. I mean, the inside center for England is Tongan,
Yeah.
and he's a beast.
Look,
but
I
he's
don't.
Tongan.
I don't mind if it's like a say for instance a Dutch guy. They took their family to Japan and the son grew up in Japan and then he went and played with the Japanese team. That's fine. That's not what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about the patriotism.
I'm talking about, Mr. Van der Merwe, who wasn't good enough to get into the Springboks, went overseas to Scotland, and
It's actually
did
funny
some
here,
things-
by the way.
Hey?
I'm joking.
It's
the
like,
wing for
it's like
Scotland.
Kevin Peterson with South African cricket,
Yeah.
where they wouldn't give him a space in the South African cricket
This is
team,
da-
goes
this
to
is
England, and he
dangerous
became like a beast with
You know-
the bat.
Yeah.
what you guys were saying about Mercedes earlier in the Formula One is exactly how I feel about the All Blacks. It feels so good when they lose.
Oh, yeah, but that, what I was going to say earlier, and to your point, Tyler, is I got a consolation after the Box lost.
We're still number one.
And they got hammered. The All Blacks got hammered. 40 points to
40,
25.
yeah, 40 points. Man, Dupont, the scrum half for the French team, I love that guy.
Yeah.
He's so
Okay, so
good.
you're a big rugby fan, dude.
Yeah, no, look.
Okay.
My favorite player when I was a kid was Farid Dupree.
Okay, nice.
So,
Okay.
I grew up
Scrummy.
on those guys: Victor Matfield, Skulk Berger. The list goes
I played
on.
against Skulk. It's not fun.
When did
Slap
what?
chips.
We're the same age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I was at Ronnebosch. He was at Paul Gym.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
What was it?
No.
But yeah, I played against his.
I mean,
There
the
were three
Duplessis,
burgers in the
the
team. It
Duplessis
was like
brothers, Beast, John
Yeah.
Smith, Percy Montgomery, Brian
Percy
Abana,
Montgomery.
Peterson,
Unbelievable.
JP Peterson, all these guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. No,
I mean,
Jacques
Jacques
you're
Farid,
speaking my
the
language
list-
right here, bro.
The list goes on,
Are you okay, Hart? What's going on?
Having a good time.
Oh, my God.
Can
Sorry.
Unbelievable.
Can you do some of the the ex-coaches. Can you do any?
Oh, jeez.
Impersonations.
Please don't ask me to do Peter de
I'm
Villiers.
asking you to do Peter de Villiers.
I can, but I'm not going to try and do it now live on air. So, but yeah, I will try one. I will work on it one day, and I will appease you of your request.
Yeah, no, look, my favorite one was always Heineke Meyer because he was always like.
No, geez, the best one was old. What was his name? Kitch Christie. Back in the day, 1995. He was a brute. But we're going down rabbit holes.
Yeah,
here, right?
look,
Massive rabbit
sorry,
holes.
I only started watching rugby in like 2003, so I wasn't born until '99. So
What?
It's not your
I
fault.
was
You were
alive.
born in 1999.
I was alive
Time
and in
stamp
high
that.
school for the 95 World Cup when we won, and that was like a great experience. That was before you were fucking born.
Okay, last comment before outrageous. Anything from you, Marene? You
Are
She's
you
a
into
hockey
anything?
player.
fan? Are you hockey?
I'm a very angry Afrikaans person, so
So
no rugby talk.
No sporting
Okay.
for you.
No rugby talk after the weekend.
Okay, and are you? What are your extramural activities?
I used to play hockey in school, but that goes as far as playing goalie, being this stature.
Yeah,
You don't really go
the
that
ball
far.
literally fly past you.
No, the gear that doesn't fit you, so you have to
Okay.
like scrap half of it, and then
Oh,
you have to
wow.
use your body parts to stop the ball. So I was like, okay, I need to lose a leg or stop
crazy.
playing hockey.
So just hockey. What any sports interests that you watch or anything like that?
Tennis.
Music.
Yeah, there's music, art, and tennis with my
Art.
mom.
Tennis.
Okay, tennis. There we go.
So I used to love tennis.
yeah,
Lovely.
The tennis is great. I love listening
Love
to it.
tennis.
It's like ASMR.
No,
Dude,
no.
I mean, jeez, remember when old Sharapova and Venus used to meet?
Oh hell yeah!
I still say that women's tennis is much more enjoyable to watch than men's because like the men's they concentrate too much on getting the aces.
Okay.
You know, it's like
I thought you were going to say something else. I was like,
No,
God,
seriously,
please.
not like the women's tennis. They actually rally and it's actually a game.
Yeah, for sure.
I've always preferred to watch the women's tennis. The men's tennis, like, don't give a fucking shit about. But hockey, I was a huge hockey guy in school, and I had to stop playing hockey because of my legs. So I had to coach the under 14 girls C team.
That would be me. That
And
would be my team.
Getting them to learn how to play the game was the exact same mission every practice. Like the
Yeah,
difference
they're
between pushing and hitting. They
You
would
know,
get
the
it
thing
to-
is, they go away and then they come back. They forget everything. They
Yeah.
don't know how to run. Don't know how to hold a stick. You know.
that we were always
Gotta
losing
hold the
games.
shaft right.
We were always losing games by like big scores. So I was like, okay, these girls are pathetic. So I just
I'm gonna play.
I concentrated with the goalie.
Yeah.
I put the goalie in the front.
Everything is in
and-
the goalie.
Yeah, I emptied a bucket of balls and I just said, stop these. And I just whacked them at her. She was like screaming.
Same.
Afterwards, she was like stopping the balls and she actually saved goals in the
Jeez, bro,
games and
this
dropped it down.
Podcast is not X-rated, eh?
I
emptied my balls.
I put my balls in and she was stopping them.
Yeah. No, but I enjoyed hockey.
Oh
that's good. It's a
man,
good
that's
sport.
funny. So yeah, tennis is a great sport. I mean, listen, I'm a sucker. Wimbledon every year.
I could listen.
Every
If
year.
I was to watch tennis, if it was a chicks tennis game, I would watch it. If it was a dude's, I was like, fuck off, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know
don't
what?
like it?
No,
it's
tennis
it's always
can-
between three oaks anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what's,
Yeah.
it's like Hamilton
Don't
versus
get me
you
Hamilton.
feel my
started.
pain?
Don't get me started.
I really tried to get into like NFL, tried to get into
Dude,
basketball
NFL
and stuff
is
like that.
so fun.
But that's the thing.
It's so fun.
I tried to get into stuff like that, but the biggest problem is that I find with it
Time
is-
difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also
YouTube.
NFL.
Yeah, but you know,
You
it's
do
not.
get to. It helps.
My thing is, I love watching. I mean, I missed a rugby game a little while ago, and someone's like, "Oh, just don't look at the
not
score."
the same.
And I'm like, "No, because you know it's not tense. Because when it's tense, you just go, what was the score? Okay, great." You know what I mean? Because you can stop yourself from doing that. So when you watch like a replay, it doesn't have the same value of being live.
I've learned to
It's
live
the same
with
with boxing. Is
yeah.
I can't. I
And
love
MMA,
watching
UFC.
boxing. But the time difference kills me because,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, cool, it starts at 4 a.m. and then the main event starts at 7. I could have just
Yeah.
woken up at 7. But you don't want to wake up at 7 because then you might have missed it.
100%. Like UFC cards for me, because I'm a big UFC fan. I'm trying to get Art deeply into it.
getting into it.
He is. He watched Justin Gaethje versus Michael Chandler.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, exactly. But let's not go down that rabbit hole either. I think it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for Outrageous.
This is
Outrageous!
God damn, I hate it. Okay, so guys, I've got a list here. Okay, that's
And we're going to give you guys a choice.
Just wait, he's got to get his glasses
There's
out.
a numbered list, yeah, because I can't see shit.
The belly of the show.
Some numbers have already been picked. So
For your age? Or
there's a list
Tyler,
of
stinging
at the
him.
moment 83
Balls.
83 things that piss me off. So
Okay,
I'll give
choose
you
one from 83.
I'll give you
1
yeah,
to 83. Let's give it to Marene.
yeah.
69.
41.
41.
Okay, let's see if we had 41. Okay.
Okay, wait. Before you go, for the listeners, if you are new, this is Outrageous. And if you are at this point of the show, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening. We appreciate your support. Hit a subscribe to Papa G's House. Hit that notification bell. Follow me at Gareth PGH. Follow Art at Arthur Carlos Diego Pereira III. Follow Tyler Marene and Ozzy at Marene
_live.
and on Facebook and all that kind of jazz. Catch their music on Spotify. Catch the latest EP Afterlife, as well as the previous album Something's Out There. It's gonna be an experience for you. So check it out. It's been so great to have these guys here. We're gonna wrap this up with Outrageous. What we do with Outrageous, we pick a number between 1 and whatever his last number is,
83.
and he gets to rage about something that he
Okay,
hates
so you
in
picked
life.
41. Taking photos of your food.
Good one.
Oh shit! We
Good
talked about that earlier
one.
on the fucking show. So let's hear your.
Okay.
You control this.
Well,
segment.
this all started. This hatred all started when I first joined Instagram, when it was iPhone only.
Yeah.
And I was mentioning this to
Yeah, you mentioned it to me earlier.
that when it was iPhone only, it was magical because people were actually sharing interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was like, you know, a sunset or something, and then there was like, look at all these cars that I found, and it's like, you know, my kid is like jumping through, look at this whale or this dolphin, and then it started getting a bit bigger, and then in your feed there was like a sandwich, and then maybe a plate of sushi, and then the Android people came in there, and then it was just fucking food. And then you go to a restaurant and you see people like ordering food. When the food gets there, they go, oh, great, thank you. And then like taking a fucking picture of the food. They have to take a picture of the food before the fuck. And then I was like, nah, fuck that. And then I got rid of my Instagram. And then like 2 years later, I opened up another Instagram. I was like, you know, maybe it's changed. No,
Nothing's
it
changed.
was fucking worse. There was more photos of food, but then it was people just chilling there. And then the kicker for me was like, I went for a...
So the shot just got bigger.
The shots got bigger. The bullshit just got bigger. And then like the kicker was when we went for my mom's birthday. We went to this restaurant for lunch. And then there was this group of 8 American tourists. And this is like, my mom's birthday is the 31st of December. So I never get New Year's. So I always spend it with my mom.
She can come to
Hi,
our
Mom.
show.
Love you, Mom.
How
like,
much, Mom? I might see you this year because I got nothing on either. And I don't want to do
So
something
like
chill.
we're chilling there, and the thing that really got me fucking annoyed was that all of them, these 8 tourists from America, I knew that because when they spoke, they were louder than everything else. and they were all on their phones all the time, but they're talking to each other and then they're messaging each other. And then the food came out, it was like a photo shoot. All taking pictures of their phone and of their food and posting it, and I was like, you know what, I'm
outta
dead
here.
to this world. I'm fucking out of here.
And also just to tell you guys, just to give you a little bit of background, we got him on Instagram, a week ago.
Yeah.
And
I haven't seen a food
I said,
picture
dude,
yet.
just get an Instagram just to promote the show. So if I put a story and I tag you, you can put it in your story, etc., because that's how you get reach. And he's like, yeah. So I've given him the nickname, and it's not a nickname; it's your real name, Arthur Carlos Diego Pereira III. Where we could have just called Art PGH, or just something short, but that wouldn't be fun. So he's back on, and
But the
you're
thing
still
is,
hating it.
I still hate it. But the thing is, am I alone here with the photos
Comments.
of food.
You know, I think Facebook is worse because you go into Facebook and you just see pictures of people's kids.
Dude, I left Facebook 3 years ago. I've never looked back.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I run the Facebook page, so it's hard for me not to be on Facebook.
Yeah.
I do see some stuff. I do admittedly spend far too much time scrolling.
I mean, look, we still get some decent stuff on Facebook, but you must be like the worst because like I maybe see like one child every couple minutes. You guys have probably got all the friends that are like, this
Straight
is my
up
kid, this is my
families,
kid.
bro.
I mean,
Full fam, not child.
first day of school must
Yeah.
be the
Yeah.
worst for you guys.
Well, dude,
No, not really. I'm used to. I mean, like, I'm cool. It's cool for them because they're proud of it, and you know, I've learned to live with that in my old age.
I've always said that Facebook is the site for new parents and elderlies.
hey,
Because it's just like
how many friend
all-
requests has your grandfather sent out?
Don't ask about my granddad. Hello, granddad.
I got a follow
Hi,
request
Granddad.
from her granddad on Instagram and Facebook.
He wants
That's
to be
baller.
friends
He
with
invited
everyone.
me-
How old your granddad? Like 60?
He's 71, I think.
Okay,
He
that's not too
invited
bad.
me
He's
to
the man's
play-
trying to
He's
get
a
with the
very
times,
young,
man.
hip person. He's a young, hip person.
He keeps
Yeah.
versing me in Bubble Shooter.
Well,
Nursing you in Bubble Shooter.
No,
That's
no,
Versing.
versing me. He keeps like sending me like a.
What's Bubble Shooter?
It's a Facebook game.
It's a Facebook game. He's like, you have been declared war on by Bobby. You know.
Put that on your list. Put that on your list. Facebook games. What's
well,
the
that's
point?
on your list. I'm not on Facebook, so Facebook doesn't bother me.
Yeah, oh,
anymore.
yeah, that's true. That's
Facebook,
true. I
yeah.
don't
But
have
don't
that.
you think that
You have been invited to come build a farm.
Don't-
I mean, like it's like all the Candy Crush invites you used to get.
but don't you
know?
think that Facebook was a lot better before the parents knew about it? You got away with so much shit. Like VOL had a great group before those pages. We had a great group. We had a 14-page long thread about what VOL could stand for, and we just had like the most disgusting interpretations of VOL.
Yeah.
And then it's like Miggs's mother's in there. It's like,
Oh
is this your band? Is this your band, son? It's like,
But VOL
okay,
is
it's
from Black
finished
Label,
now.
right? Isn't it? It's
We got it. It's literally just the volume of
Black
alcohol
Label
in a bottle of Black
yeah.
Label.
That's
A whole
come
band.
on, VOL.
VOL's
Volume,
whole
it's
thing
an
was just
alcohol
off
content.
Black Label. Yeah, our
Amazing.
first album was International Award winner, which was from Black Label.
But yes, I agree with you in
Yeah.
terms of outrageous.
Fuck
You
it.
are correct.
Food
and,
shots, bro.
But food shots can be cool if you're a food shot specialist.
If you are a culinary artist, then yes, maybe. But if you are some chick whose only claim to fame is having 4 6-year-old kids that go to Weinberg High School and all you do is contribute selfies and dancing videos and pictures of your fucking sandwich, fuck right off. I'm not interested.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's outrageous for this week, episode 105. Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been a good show. We've gone long tonight, so I'm going to cut it a little bit short. That's amazing. That was the best round I've heard this week. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my son.
So, from Arthur Carlos Diego Becerra III and myself, Gareth PGH or Gareth Howard or whatever you want to fucking call me. It's been so great to have Marene in the house, Tyler, Marene, and Ozzy. It's been so good having you guys. Remember, once again, follow Marene everywhere they are on social media and Spotify and all that kind of stuff. Guys, any parting words?
Thank you so much. We really enjoyed being on here. And, you know, I just want to say, everybody's out there watching, make sure you share, like, and, subscribe and do all of that. Because this guy, he's one killer of a person. And you're single?
Yeah.
He's single.
Shit, that's actually a first on the show. Marene, any parting words?
I don't have your bank card.
Oh, yes. We didn't even get to that. We didn't even... Quickly, tell us the story. Quickly.
He's lazy when he wants to go to the shops to grab coffee. So what he does is he goes, just take my card, just take my card.
Oh,
So I
shit.
take said card that has been given to me, but then I forget to give it back because I'm like running up and down because I forget my phone in the car. Running up and down to look for the car to just jump in and just no.
Okay. And then what happened? She went all the way to Strand for the weekend. I was in Maltbos Strand. Actually, it was for the whole week. All right. I didn't know that my card wasn't in my wallet. Right, then I'm like seeing my fuel gauge is looking a bit sad. Okay, pull into an engine. All right. Hey, dude. And he's like, hi, man. What can do? No, fill it up all the way. Cool. Takes his card. I'm like, cool. Where's my wallet? Where's my card? Marina, you have my card. She's like, oh, I do. Whoops. I'm saying they're like, I can't pay.
Hey, listen, you gave it to her first.
Exactly.
So
it's
what
not my
happens
fault.
if you give it? Do they have to return or do you have to request the return? Anyway, to be continued. I think we're running out of time and I see that camera giving a little bit of a warning sign. But What? Give me quickly. Do you return it or does it get requested?
Request.
Well,
Because you gave it to it.
yeah. Well, luckily, Engine has this amazing app that allows you to link your bank card to it and pay via like a snap scan type
Okay.
thing. So it was problem solved, but still. Anyways.
Amazing. Ozzy, it's so great to see you, dude. Like I said earlier, you were a lot taller than I anticipated. You're a great vibe. I really enjoyed chatting to you about the F1 specifically. I love the songs with your vocals on. Obviously, I love all your vocals. You're all very talented musicians. It's really cool to have a kind of album that has all these different dynamics to it. So thank you so much. Any parting words from you, my bro?
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. You guys are really hospitable, and it's nice to see you guys in the flesh for
Absolutely.
the first time. Thanks to Warren from Plug.
Shout out
Music.
Warren, yes.
Yeah, no, shout out to Warren, honestly, for setting this up. Appreciate it. And hope to see you guys again for the next release.
Round 3, baby. Let's
Yeah.
go. Arthur Carlos Diego Pereira III.
Cheers.
2 words. Cheers. From myself, Art, Tyler, Marene, and Ozzy, this is Papa G's House episode 105. We'll see you next week. Faster than you could say, how's your father? We'll see you next time. Yeah, that's where we're going. What's up, guys? Thank you so much for joining the show this evening. Thanks to Tyler, to Marene, and to Ozzy for joining the show. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. It was great to have an episode. Sometimes when the show gets a little bit long, we have a little bit of technical difficulties and all that kind of stuff. But regardless of that, we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining the show. Subscribe to Papa G's House. Check us out on Instagram, Gareth PGH and Arthur Carlos Diego Pereira III. We'll see you next week.
This is how we do